Talking Therapy. A beautiful Tuesday morning to you. Welcome to Blast Urban 98.3, your generational radio. If you're joining us for the very first time this morning, Tuesdays are when we sit down with Dr. Michael, or we stand with Dr. Michaels on Tuesday and we do Talking Therapy. This is practical live experience on the radio. It's the 9th day in the 6th month of the year 2026, and it's Islamiyah and Daniel holding it down this morning with Dr. Michael. Good morning to you, Doctor.
Good morning.
Morning.
How you feeling?
Awesome.
Okay, that's great.
That's good. That's good.
Do you want to, give us
more context to how you're feeling?
Context to that.
Contextualize your feelings for us.
Well, I know that the way I feel will determine the kind of people that attract to me. And I know that people are central to my success and security.
Absolutely.
So I have to feel good.
So it's not a choice.
Yeah, because I feel a lot of people, especially Gen Zs and Gen Zs and Generation Alpha, because of authenticity, they want to show authenticity, which is very good.
Okay.
They also try to bear out how they feel.
Yeah.
Try to also be into their feelings. Except if you want to manage your feelings so as to be able to be in the right feeling.
Yeah.
You want to be very careful of how you go about your feelings, because you just have they want to show that I'm not always happy.
Yes.
If you are not always happy, then your life is not if you want your life to always be on track, you have to always be happy.
I blocked somebody on Instagram last week, and I saw it was the first time I came across their content. But guess what? They're a student, and they were like, a day in my life as a unproductive something.
Oh yeah, I don't know, but I saw somebody that was always like, a day in my life as an I know somebody like that.
Went on for like a minute, and guess what? As I watched the video to the end, I look for the person.
I know somebody like that every time they post content.
I hope nothing brings me to your content.
Yeah, it's always about how they're unemployed. I'm like, then do something about it. Then do something about the fact that you have a business. Yes. You don't really do anything about you start a business, you stop being consistent, but then you complain about how things are not working, how people are not. So every time the person is always making content about how people are not engaging with their posts. So it's like when you have friends, every time it's all those little snide remarks on their videos. Like when you have friends that don't support you, I'm like, what is there to support? Should I support you complaining about how you're unemployed every day? There's really nothing. I'm not seeing anything in what exactly you're putting out. And I get that, there are people that, it seems like, I don't know if they know that they are doing it, but it seems like they are, a preacher of the bad things. So every time they're always propagating
I'm thinking about what you said now.
Some of them are also trying to just be authentic.
Yeah, this should lead to my question of the conversation around authenticity, showing up on the internet as you are, which is something that the creator economy has sort of encouraged,
yes.
And they have said that, show up as you are, show up in your original self. And, there are people who also gravitate towards people like that. Would you say that authenticity that we are showing up at, and because I think it was last week, was it last week we're talking about how there is a cloud of darkness among the young people, and it's something that we need to watch. I can't remember the conversation we're having. I think it was around marriage, young people.
Yes, we're talking about being single.
Yes. And I was there are a lot of people that are traumatic. There are lots of traumatized young people out there who don't even realize that they need help, and they are in real life. In their authenticity is also watching them crash out in real time. But we are saying, they are being authentic. Is authenticity doing more harm than good to our society?
Well, can you be authentic without leaning towards the negative?
Yes, you can. You can actually be. I think that was what people
project. Okay.
I think that was what people are trying to understand.
Okay.
How can I be authentic and still not lean towards a non-positive aspect of life?
Okay.
So I think it starts from you admitting that there is only one aspect of life, and that's positive.
There's only one aspect of life, and that's positive.
You have to be able to come to that point where there's only one aspect of life, and that's goodness.
Goodness.
So you want to be able to train your mind to come to that point where there's only one aspect when it comes to finances, that's wealth.
Yes. And that's where you want to be.
So by the time you have been able to train your mind, your terroir will just follow.
So instead of saying I reject poverty, you say I attract wealth.
Because
I attract money.
Because
money
your mind
comes to me now. Money comes to me easily. When money comes,
it
stays.
stays.
Because your mind has, because you have been able to train your mind over time to know that there's only one side, wealth. There's only one side, marriage. There's only one side, good marriage, blissful marriage.
What you want is what you should say, not what you do not want.
And focus on. But that comes after a lot of mind training. And mind training comes from constantly intentionally throwing words that are aligned with what you desire constantly.
Yes.
So, more like, we said there are only two preferred outcomes in life. There are success and security. So you are on your own, you're not doing anything. You want to keep throwing words that are in alignment with what you desire into your consciousness. Like every word you hear goes into your consciousness. And that's what social media algorithm and the real life algorithm also picks on to determine who you see and to determine what you hear. So if I constantly intentionally throw in words aligned with who I am on my own, whenever I'm on my own and I'm not doing anything, and then it will now determine the kind of words I hear or people say around me when I'm in the midst of people. What I'm trying to say is what you do in your corner is what will be used when you're in the midst of people. Now, don't also forget that on social media, your mind sees each content that you see as people. Yeah. As real people. Yeah. And so you're also meeting people on social media.
Yes.
And so whatever content you come across is a reflection of what is already in your consciousness.
Whatever content you come across is a reflection of what is already in your consciousness. So it now takes a deliberate act when you see it. Maybe somebody makes a video and you're now like, is this from my consciousness? And then you now begin to question, why am I offended by this content? Or why am I triggered by this? Or why am I seeing myself excited by this creator or not excited by this creator? You can now choose to take action or saying, I don't want to see this anymore. I don't want to think like this anymore. It's like how they say, having original thoughts of your own.
So you will now, in addition to pressing interested or not interested, you will also press it in your mind. So, if this person is saying that person you blocked now, it wasn't a coincidence, because there are no coincidences, there are no accidents in life. What that person said is a result of what is already in your consciousness. The algorithm looks for somebody that says something that is already in your consciousness and then found that guy and then showed you.
Wow. But I was not thinking bad thing.
No, at that moment you weren't thinking bad thing, but over time you've already
processed a couple of negative
so it goes
thoughts.
Around, and what we have in our consciousness, like you were saying, that original thoughts always, you can't really say they are original thoughts because they are always coming from people.
Yes.
So if you surround yourself with, if 98% of people around you are people who are aligned with who you are, you can be so sure that the words in your consciousness, knowingly or unknowingly, will be the right words that reflect what you desire. And because they reflect what you desire, they will source out, social media algorithm will bring out social media posts that are in alignment with what you want. And then live algorithm will also source out for people. Everybody you meet on the road was sourced out for by live algorithm for you based on what is in your consciousness.
So your consciousness you have to retrain it's like you are reprogramming your mind towards what you want, and you must now be steadfast with that belief of that programming you are ingraining into your mind. I attract wealth. I attract prosperity. I meet people who help me. I am a helper to people. I'm not a troublemaker. Instead of saying I'm not a troublemaker, you say I bring peace to the environment. Well, if you have questions this morning, you can send us a text or send a WhatsApp message or call us with just one number. It's 081 11 831983. 081 11 831983.
I have a suggestion for that. I feel you should start a whatever show anywhere that has to do with maybe radio and therapy.
Radio and therapy.
I think
we had to force it, which is a conversation that I think we need to have about men's mental health awareness month.
We're going to get there.
Yesterday, we had to force him to make a video, and he was talking about, how...
So you were forced.
The video I made yesterday that I posted, I was forced.
Why?
Because
he felt like he said he didn't want to make it.
I didn't want to make that video, to be honest. To be honest, it's mental health month.
Yeah.
And I was just telling everybody should just shut up. Yeah, because I felt like everybody was just saying
like the same thing.
Everybody was saying the same thing. Not a lot of people were really people were talking about mental health from a US perspective. And I was tired of hearing that so number of men are committing suicide.
Yeah.
Practically, it's not the average Nigerian man's reality. Mm-hmm. The depression that the average Nigerian man is dealing with is not the depression the American man is dealing with.
Which is why I said you should make him, because he speaks to somebody's experience.
Well, what you said, it cuts across US because I watched it before I liked it.
Mm.
My video?
Yes, I waited to make sure that there was no non-positive statements and it was clean. And then I watched it to the end. I was very satisfied and I liked it. So it's not only for Nigerians, it's also for people outside the country. It's just that the way mental health has to be portrayed in the right way. There is a non-positive aspect of mental health. There is a non-positive aspect of there is a positive aspect of mental health. Mm-hmm. The same thing with physical health. There is a non-positive, there is a positive.
Yeah.
And you don't want to talk about non-positive because you don't want people to have it. Whatever you don't want people to have, you don't talk about it.
Whatever I don't want, which is why I'm careful not to make any content.
But it was a good try.
I tried. I made a video like 6. If I check my draft, I created like 6 different videos.
It was a good try because I watched it to the end just to make sure that
I was trying not to be performative with the video because I really wanted to speak about from what I said,
what you feel. And it might look like it's not significant, but it's probably what somebody else is feeling. There might be somebody else that is having like similar feelings. So from your own experience, you can just share. And I was talking about how that is like a different thing with like females and like males when it comes to talking about the things that we go through. For females, we're very vocal about it. There's something we're talking about it. And people say, people are not talking about men, but I can't because I don't have any experience being a man. So a man has to do all of that talking.
So thanks to people around you that you had that made you to do. Again, we're talking about the importance of having the right kind of people around you.
Absolutely.
Roll me my check. But we got a text here from Charles from Challenge, and he says that, thank you for this. Sometimes when we travel via commercial buses and someone wants to pray, you hear negative type of prayer. I'm sure you understand these prayers. They will say prayers that build fear instead of prayers like grant us safe trip, we will leave etc. You hear things like, this is Yoruba says and all these scary prayers. It's like relax, there's not only driver on Isula, that kind of thing.
And is that of ignorance? Because I can tell you a lot of people are not aware.
I know why I agree that a lot of people are not aware is I remember the first time I had to like re-educate my mom about her love for God. And I had to tell her that the first thing you have to do is to love God, not fear God. And it was a very huge conversation because I needed her to understand that, because a lot of the times when she was correcting us on a lot of things, it was from a place of fear. And I don't blame her. I blame the institutions that she has associated.
Don't get too much.
No. But I had to let her know that you have to love God before you fear him. It's the love that you have for something that makes you not want to do something that hurts them, which now brings the fear. You are afraid of someone when you always think that you will do wrong to them. You don't think that you don't want to lose their respect. But when you choose to do right by yourself first, and then you can now love them from a place where there is no fear. So it's the biggest question would now be, why has fear been the message been sold for decades? Even down to if you look at some of the historical documentation of Christianity as a journey, it still stems from you have to sacrifice something for you to enjoy the goodness and blessings of God. You cannot just be to enjoy that blessing. You have to go through pain to enjoy grace or mercy. Why has that message always been the message that is ingrained, not love?
Okay, so to be fair, I think it's just any religion generally, that's what it does. and it's not only Christianity. Just to be fair.
Yeah, definitely.
Then secondly is there are two forces behind every action that people take.
Okay.
One of them is always behind every action. Number one is faith. Number two is fear.
Yeah. Okay.
Meaning that fear is the opposite of faith. Though they said fear is something unreal,
false evidence appearing real. That's fair.
But they need to be calming down because it's very tangible. Just as faith is also very tangible. Interestingly, both of them will have each of them has a lot to do with what is not seen. The fact that it's not seen does not mean it's not real.
The fact that it's not seen does not mean it's not real. Exactly.
So now, let's now go back to, I don't want to talk too much about fear because I don't want people to have fear.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about faith. And yesterday I tweeted that faith is a propellant, is an internal propellant behind every responsive action based on what you have heard or seen through your five senses or your sixth sense about yourself. Faith is an internal propellant behind every responsive action based on what you have heard or seen via your five senses or your sixth sense about yourself. So faith is much more than a religious stuff. Faith has a lot to do with who you are. For you to be able to walk constantly and live constantly in faith every second, you need to be able to know a lot about yourself. When you know a lot about yourself, your actions will naturally follow what you actions follow what we know.
Actions follow what we know.
The question is what you know about yourself. Let me say it again. Actions follow what we know about ourselves. Every action is behind what we know about ourselves. The question now is, what do you know about yourself? What you know about yourself? Would you say it was somebody else's impression of you, but not the true version of you? So what you know about yourself, is it the true version of yourself? That will now determine what will propel your action. Is it faith
or fear
or the other one? And if it is faith, faith always backs up our desire.
It backs up our desire.
So
I've been desiring for a long time to be wealthy.
So faith and desire are always in the direction of what we want, while fear is not. So we talk about faith and desire, and then we talk about fear and worry and anxiety. And the rest.
It's interesting that you say these things because I know this month we're looking at, knowing who you are as the core of the conversation for the month, which also aligns with the Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, which the conversation is broader on different levels and on different scales as to what exactly is really the man's mental health. What exactly is the ideal of what a man's mental health is supposed to be? And when we say men trying to define themselves, we have so much societal
expectations.
Not societal expectations, societal determinant for what a man is supposed to, his level of mental health is supposed to be. From the music that we play, from the things we see our politicians do, we're asking ourselves, what then is there a baseline? Is there a standard for how a man's mental health is supposed to be for him to become the best version of himself?
Okay, so just in addition to what I said earlier, wherever you find desire, faith, you will also find love.
You also find love. Wherever you find desire and faith, you also find love.
So if I have faith, you are likely going to find also love, because love has to do with the knowledge about myself. So if people have faith and they relate with God that way based on who they are, once you know who you are, fear will reduce. There will be more boldness. There will be more confidence. Then you will walk in love. You will see people happy on social media and you'll be happy for them. Who are these people? Get out. What are you doing? What's making you happy? And the rest like that. You also love yourself. Now, I think the issue is you should first of all come to a point of men are human beings. First and foremost.
If people know that, yeah.
Before we start coming down to gender. And then we now need to now find out who is a man. A man is different from a woman. A man is emotional. It's just that he is more logical
than emotional.
Yeah. So everything he does is based more on logic. Than emotion. That's why he needs to have a woman around him that will balance up the equation, which is emotion. And a man is less expressive because it's not a lot because of his low level of emotion, the emotional basis of what he does. Because he's more logical than emotional. It's going to affect his level of expression. So what we eventually encourage men is that they are able to strike a balance, come to the middle, not to the extreme. You discover that almost if you are an introvert primarily or secondarily, you will be girly as a man.
If you're an introvert primarily or secondarily, you'll be girly.
Let's use you as an example.
I was waiting for that. That's why you had that look on your face.
I'm like, because I think I'm technically I'm introverted in some ways.
You are girly. Whether you are girl, many people know that you are girly. Now, if you accept, the better for you. If you don't accept, so an introvert is generally girly. So as a man, like now, your combination of temperament is phlegmatic choleric. Based on my analysis.
Okay.
So, meaning that you are girly, primarily girly. You don't force your way on people.
Okay.
You more like respond.
I try.
You are quiet.
I try.
So, since you are phlegmatic choleric, and phlegmatics are silent, cholerics are leaders. So, you are a silent, quiet leader.
So
you draw your energy from being a silent, quiet leader. And since cholerics are generally always of the opposite gender, you are cholerics are manly.
Okay.
So you have a manly part.
Yeah.
And introverts are generally girly. So you have a girly part and then a manly part.
That's like a good blend.
So there's
So you always want to dwell. Don't try to be a man everywhere. I'm a man. You won't be drawing the energy that is meant for you. You want to accept to be girly. Don't fight it.
I don't think
you hate being girly.
I don't think the word is hate. Because I think of it as the world we live in is a very tough world out there.
Really?
So
what do you mean by it?
Okay. The ecosystem I play in, for example, in terms of like work,
yeah,
you know, it can be quite brutal.
You mean in Blast FM?
Oh no, not generally.
Just
generally,
yes.
The industry.
What do you mean by it's brutal?
The radio industry is quite brutal, and it requires there's a level of self-degradation that is needed to excel in this industry that I play in. And I've seen that over and over again. You know, I was angry at the situation that played out with another media house, and I was just privy to some knowledge, and it just upset the hell out of me, because I'm like, why does this have to? Why do people see the need to bring other people down? You know, for them to have their way. Why does it have to be that way? But I've realized that it's the only way. Technically, if you choose to keep doing this, if you want to keep being behind the microphone, it is probably the only way. You can now choose to play other roles, like maybe producers, you want to branch out to like public speaking, you can create a different type of life for you. But if you want to continue to go through the system, you have to degrade and be brutal, and it's how you survive. And I don't want to be that person.
Yeah.
I don't want to I don't want to be surviving.
Yeah.
I like what I do.
You want to be significant.
I want to be significant from it. And I'm seeing the possibilities because I'm looking at other countries and other worlds, and I'm seeing the possibilities that exist from doing the same thing that I'm doing. And I'm like, they're not doing more than I'm doing in other parts of the world, but they are driving better results. I know what can make it work, but I also realize that sometimes it's not my place to go and tell them that this is what can make it work, because they're like, well, this is where we're employed. You remain at that space, and if it's uncomfortable for you, you have the option of just leaving. So things like that upset me. So I don't exactly want to like fight it, but I've seen myself having to like really question where all of this is going. Where all of this is going. Like where does this end? Where does this take you to? At the end of the day, if you can't really, I don't know maybe anybody who has been in the system for as long as they have to, it's almost like if you don't backstab someone, you won't make it out of this alive. Like you cannot break that barrier of the benchmark if you don't backstab somebody, if you don't cheat your way up, if you're not selfish. There's a level of selfishness that is negative that is required for you to be able to like scale, which is annoying. It's so annoying. And then you begin to ask yourself, maybe I should just go and get a corporate 9 to 5. Which draws me back to the conversation of when we talk about men's mental health, we don't talk about this thing. Even we are amongst men. I was telling Islamiyah that people think women are wicked. No. Men are dangerous.
Because you just mentioned the corporate 9 to 5, and there's also that the politics
in the actual in real life, women are not as dangerous as men, and women don't even realize. Even some men don't even. Some women. When I hear women say, "Oh, women are wicked to each other," are you joking? You see what's happening in like corporate 9 to 5. You see grown men in their 40s. Stamping down on someone just because they want to remain at the top. So I'm looking at all of this and I'm like, what then is the way forward? What then is the way forward to actually live a good life, to want to be a good person and still be able to end decently from this,
Okay.
Yeah.
So first of all, the word cannot was like you mentioned a lot of cannot, like based on what you have heard.
Yeah.
Meaning that you have already placed a limitation based on what you had from your conversations. Now, first of all, you are a phlegmatic choleric, because people who are primarily cholerics are very domineering, they are very blunt. You are blunt, but silently blunt.
Yeah, I agree.
We actually beg you to be blunt. So you are not primarily choleric. And you're also spiritual. Phlegmatics are spiritual people. You have mentioned Bible more than
I was raised by it.
Several.
I was raised by a pastor.
So that's classic phlegmatic. Phlegmatic people, in a paragraph, they must mention God or something spiritual. Now, being an activist are usually choleric something, not phlegmatic something. You don't want to see yourself as an activist. So you want people who are choleric something to take the charge of what is going on in this industry. I need to speak for I need to be a voice to the voiceless. I need to fight.
That's not going to be me. I'm not going to do that.
So you don't want to do it outside. You also don't want to do it inside. The way for you to succeed in this industry as a phlegmatic is going to be different from a typical way, because phlegmatic people are so extremely introvert. The question now is you accepting to be an introvert, the most extreme, and living that way is what will make you to be successful.
Okay.
You don't have to behave the way other people are behaving to succeed. A choleric will be blunt. He draws his energy from that. You are phlegmatic. You draw your energy from silence and being quiet.
It's taking too long, Dr. Michael.
So the question is, you being yourself. That's the way you will succeed. You succeed.
Yeah.
In this industry. So the question is, have you accepted yourself, and are you living accordingly? The secondary choleric temperament that you have will always want to push you.
Okay.
To be hey everywhere. So you have to constantly speak to yourself that no, I'm just going to be quiet. And there's a difference between being quiet and gentle.
Yes.
So I'm going to be quiet. And I'm just going to face myself. And phlegmatic people are complex people. It's what they want you to know that you will know.
True.
They are so withdrawn. Yeah, you are the one that said you can entertain yourself. It's only phlegmatic people that can do that.
I think everybody should learn how to do that.
So they have to come to you to learn. Many people cannot. So to be able to succeed, so you don't draw energy from, hey, shut up. Hey, keep quiet. I will show you. Allow people who are choleric to do that. They know how to withdraw themselves when it's time. If you follow them, after they once they have left the space, you will still be there.
Yeah.
So everything is linked to self-identity and accepting who you are. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I get you.
So you cannot say that shouting on people is the way out of. That's you generalizing.
Yeah, because some people didn't have to.
Yeah.
They had rich kids. They are from rich homes. And it was easier
you
for them to
the
make
self-identity thing, and I think it was also asking about what is the ideal men's mental health for men, that for a long time you have been told that this is how you're supposed to act, this is how you're supposed to behave, and if you're not doing anything like that, you'll be seen lesser than. I know we're talking about a guy that posted a picture of him taking a milkshake, and somebody had said that, oh, why man go they take milkshake? You know, that kind of thing. Or why man go they talk like this? Why man go they do this and that? And there are a lot of men that grew up, hearing all of that. You're not supposed to act like this as a man. So they've learned how to just what's the word now? They've learned how to suppress, conform, and also suppress, all of those feelings. So how do you begin to get in touch to your identity as a man? Not because this is what everybody says you should be like, even though people don't agree with what they think that you should be like as a man, but that is you as a man. How do you begin to get in touch as a man with all of that?
So the best way to go about who is a man or who is a woman is sticking to your areas of interest and what you like doing. It's better to look at it that way than to look at it as a man or a woman. Because an introvert male will be girly. The montage that we recorded, I deliberately danced because that was what was coming in my head. Is that does not look like a man.
Yeah.
But that's what I like to do, and I plan to do. So drinking milkshake, most likely a choleric would not likely not take milkshake, at least not in front of the camera. But a phlegmatic is girly and is comfortable with taking milkshake in front of the camera. So it all boils down to don't look at the person as a male, as a man. Look at the person first of all as a human being. What does he like doing? And when it now comes to relationship, how does this complement or align with me as a woman? So men who are girly end up marrying women who are manly. In fact, that's our recommendation. If you are girly and that's your primary temperament, you have to marry a woman who is manly.
Yeah.
And if you are a woman and you are manly and you are sure that that's your primary temperament, you have to marry a woman that is girly. So now, if you are supposed to be primarily an introvert, girly, we are now saying you want to fit into the society, you now switch over to your secondary temperament, which is now a manly thing. You are not going to attract the kind of woman or women you want to attract into your life. You attract non-right people.
Aye.
But if you remain girly, actually I will not. It takes a lot for a man to be girly. But remember, self-discovery and self-development is intentional. Once you remain girly, that's when you will now attract manly women or women. These manly women, they have mother archetype. They are always looking for babies to take care of.
Definitely not me.
So people who are primarily introvert are also baby-like. You know that Daniel is baby. He has baby-like stuff.
Yes.
He likes to be babied.
It's a big baby, yes.
So he has to accept, because it takes a lot for a man to accept I'm a baby. How can you say I'm a baby? You don't see those videos on TikTok that the video will be off. The man will say,
yeah.
And then they
Yeah.
So you have to accept that that's who you are, and there's nothing embarrassing about being you.
Like
The question is that me?
Is that you?
If that is me, that does not mean I'm a woman.
okay.
I'm a man. Check me well and check appropriate places. You will see that I'm a man.
Absolutely.
What about is there like a sort of education for the society on how to perceive men? Because you said we're supposed to just look at people as human beings, but collectively, it's still not a thing that is easily done. You see somebody and your first thought, because you've been groomed for the longest time to think that if a man does this, he's not a man. So maybe we cannot do it collectively, but as an individual, so that eventually it makes up to become a collective. How can is there some sort of education that we need to have to be maybe kinder or more generous to men's mental health?
Yeah, because we also have women who are extroverts, who are what's it called? There's this thing they call them they're always looking for. I'm trying to remember.
Is it Miss Andre?
Like they always want to be like above, on top, at the center
Masculinity.
of masculinity. So she has to be that to be able to draw the right kind of energy. So for you to now say that's wrong, that's you telling her not to be herself. If you now marry that kind of woman and you're now saying, no, that's not a woman, that's not womanly, that's you saying she should not be herself, that marriage or that relationship may not last. That's to that side. What currently we have been calling on traditional rulers, custodians of our culture, to have a conference like mental health conference, where we will talk about mental health and tradition and culture, because there has to be there has to be modification of African culture. As rich as African culture is, for it to be relevant in the coming days or in coming years, we have to modify it. We are not removing the good parts. We need to raise a lot of questions.
Yes,
that will generate a lot of answers.
Absolutely.
And it is those who ask questions that get answers.
It is those who ask questions that get answers. And I think that's your cue this morning to really ask yourself, who am I? What do I like? What don't I like? These things that I do, why do I like them? Why am I this way? Why are you repeating the same thing over and over again? What is keeping you in that cycle? And like you rightly said, men need to ask themselves more questions. I think that's like my biggest takeaway for this men's mental health. It's like we're not really asking men what the problem is. We're generalizing what the problem is. And we need to start asking, because the man who sells electronics in Challenge and the man who works in a supermarket as a sales rep and the man who works in a bank, when you ask them, who are you? There might be something that links all of them together, but they are individually unique individuals with their individually unique problems. And we need to start breaking these things down. And society has generalized. We have demonized, men a lot. Even down to the most basic things. And it starts from even uncovering the shame that comes around being a man, because there's shame now. There's some form of shame.
If a manly choleric woman marries a phlegmatic girly man, it's likely that girly man is going to be the one to wash the plates. So have you accepted who you are? And you are going to wash plates when you marry?
Or be the one who is more concerned about the home.
The home.
You're more concerned about, this needs to be taken care of. Make time out for the kids.
Unlike the manly wife.
The manly wife who wants to
be
chase
more,
the bag. Be in front of the eye of the people. And the examples are there. But there is it's sort of like there's shame around being who you truly are as a man. Society will most likely call you a simp.
Yeah.
You know, they'll call you that. Oh, now your wife they control you. You know if you control your house, you just say be the head of your house.
Yeah.
So these things are what we need to begin to like break down. As to what kind of home do we want, and it starts from who are you as the man?
Yeah.
What kind of man do you want to be? What kind of man do you desire to be as a man?
And being a girly guy does not mean you still not lead your wife.
Absolutely.
It's just that you know it's very easy to control extrovert. You know where to just press. It's gone.
Yeah.
So that does not mean that you being a girly man does not mean that you won't have our respect.
Yeah.
She may be everywhere. Yeah, just one place. Yeah. But when you mean just say stop.
Down. They listen. Absolutely.
I like that kind of power. Stop. Sit down.
So don't give me dog.
Don't give my dog vibe.
Don't give me dog vibe. Stop.
No, like they don't talk much.
Yeah.
So I want you to, hey babe, I want you to just sit down.
All right. Okay. Well, Dr. Michael, it's a fine place to wrap it up this morning. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for always sharing with us on the show. I've learned quite a lot this morning. And I think that every man should take their time in the course of this Men's Mental Health Month and ask themselves the question, who am I? Who am I?
And you already gave us examples of great places to start from, by even asking what is my favorite color? Why exactly do I like this color? Why exactly do I like all of the things that I like? It's okay for you to sit with your thoughts. Sit with your thoughts. And I think that's another thing that people are afraid of, maybe especially men. Why would I be sitting with my thoughts like that? Why would I do all of that? So it's not bad for you to do that. It's not bad for you to do that. Maybe the reason why you have not gotten where you're supposed to get.
It's not maybe. Islamiyah. It's not maybe.
Okay, why you have not gotten where you're supposed to say, God, why me? It's all because you have not answered some of these questions. So do that this morning and for the rest of the month. Thank you again, Dr. Michaels.
Thank you. I'm looking at the white and black fire.
When you're down and you feel there's nowhere to go, no one around to talk you through